Everyone, Zeddy here again today with a brand new video. And yesterday we covered the 7 best decks to climb with in Standard post-nerf. And in Wild, things have changed a heck of a lot more than they have in Standard. Well, because Darkglare Warlock has been nerfed. Darkglare in particular has been nerfed. It's now a 2-mana 2/3. It only gives you 1 crystal. I have run into Darkglare Warlock post-nerf. It's not the worst, but I think there are 7 decks that are more worthy of your time to climb with. I want to fill you in on what the 7 best decks to climb with in Wild post-nerf are. So let's take a look. Starting at number 7, it's a staple, it's tested and true, it's very reliable, and Igzar, the lead card designer, loves this deck. It's Secret Mage. It's just a very powerful deck, not affected by the nerfs whatsoever, and is just super reliable. It's really good. You cheat out your secrets with Cabal Lackey, Kirin Tor Mage. You have Burn with Medivh's Valet, Cloud Prince, Forgotten Torch if you're running it, Fireballs. You can cheat out your 5/5s and your Crystal Runners. You can protect yourself with Ice Block, and you can cycle through your deck with your Alaneth and burn your opponent out. Just a reliable, consistent, powerful deck that's relatively cheap, relatively easy to play, and can punish a lot of slower decks that just can't deal with the burn. Is it the best deck in the format? No, but it's reliable, consistent, and good. And that's what you're looking for when you're climbing, especially like, you know, trying to get to that diamond rank for the first time. Secret Mage can definitely help get you there. At number 6, yet another old reliable, a deck that was affected by the nerfs though, however, is Odd Rogue. Secret Passage down to 4 cards, but still incredibly powerful. And this deck has still gained a lot from the last expansion. You have Cutting Class in there. I think I'm highlighting a build from Slizzle that runs Jandis Barod in there, which is just a really good stat bomb. It's really good on 5. It's a very powerful play for Odd Rogue, and, you know, 2 5-drops can be really good. Get an Earth Elemental, you know, you're golden. It can do incredible stuff. And, of course, you have Hinge Clan Thug. You have your weapon buffs. You have all that good stuff. The Aggression, Leroy, Lotheb, Vilespine Slayer. Very powerful, aggressive deck. Very consistent. Just powerful deck. You can't go wrong with it. You can definitely have a lot of success, whether it be climbing to Legend or just on the Legend ladder itself. You can't really go wrong with some old Baka Rogue. At number 5, we have Malygos Druid. Malygos Druid had basically been absent, completely gone, since Darkglare became a very popular deck, because it couldn't deal with it. The build we're highlighting here, I'm taking from Frobro, which is basically the same as the old Chinese build that we've highlighted on the channel a lot. Doesn't run Poison Seeds. It couldn't deal with the Giants. Well, you don't really need to deal with that anymore because that deck is not as prevalent, and you're now fast enough that you can keep up with all the other decks that are really good. You have your Overgrowth, you have Lightning Bloom, and then you cheat out, you know, you get Geppetto, you can cheat out Aviana for 1 mana, combo your opponent, kill them with Insane Burst with Malygos, Sathervar, and even with Kael'thas nerfed to only cast 1 cost spells every 3rd spell. Doesn't matter. 1 mana UI is absolutely nutty. When you go in with Aviana, you have plenty of mana to spare. It just, you can't cheat out the UIs as reliably and early against the aggressive decks, which could be a powerful part. But Lightning Bloom still can allow you to get early UIs out. And of course, I'll also have in here a Sphere of Sapience, which just helps, you know, get your draw a little bit more consistent, which, as you know, is very powerful in a combo deck. You don't have to worry about top decking Aviana or Sathervar or something like that. When you have your Sphere up, you can try and get Melon or Howl or Paths or something, you know, better for you in that option. So the deck now can kind of keep up with the meta. It couldn't really before, but now it's at the point where Malygos Druid is back and can definitely compete at all ranks. Number 4 on the list, Darkglare Warlock might be gone, but Discard Warlock is back and very powerful. Basically unchanged. It didn't really get anything new from the expansion. Like, there was the new discard, like, guy that you could get some spiders with. It's just not worth it. There's better stuff to do. You have Silverware Golem. You have Hand of Gul'dan to draw 3 cards. You have just ridiculous good stuff to do. You basically have no downside to discarding in this deck, whether you're drawing cards with your Malkazar's Imp, you're buffing your Tiny Knight of Evil, you're just going face with Doomguard, you're playing Primes, cheating mana, fisting your opponent in the face with Fist of Jaraxxus. This deck never runs out of fuel. It just floods the board with insane stats and can just high roll up beyond oblivion. Like, it just wasn't as good as Darkglare, but it wasn't that far off, honestly. This deck is incredibly powerful, very aggressive, And if you're looking for a fast, aggressive deck that can just absolutely snowball, you can't go wrong with Discard Warlock. Incredibly powerful, very good, and I think not the most expensive. And especially if you have Karazhan, it's pretty good because you already have Malchezaar's Imp and Silverware Golems. So definitely a very good choice for laddering. At number 3, speaking of decks returning to the meta that were basically gone because of Darkglare Warlock, we have Quest Mage. Yes, Quest Mage is back. I'm sick of this guy. A lot of us are, but it's back. We all knew it would be. Darkglare had definitely was kind of the evil that held it back, the other evil. And yeah, Quest Mage is back. It has one new addition, at least highlighted in the list I have here. In Wand Thief, the 1-mana 1/2 combo Discover a Mage spell. More Discover effects are very good. You can hand pick a Mage spell for 1 mana is incredibly powerful. But the core is still there. You have your Apprentice, you have Cyclone, Flamewaker, do all the degenerate usual stuff. You can draw with Luna. And then, you know, you slam your Giants and kill your opponent over 2 turns. It's just an incredibly powerful deck. Punishes any slow deck in the meta. Not even Reno Priest with a Lucia can really contest with this. But again, Kingsbane Rogue, Disco Lock, Odd Rogue, Secret Mage, Pirate Warrior, decks like that are certainly favored against it, but Quest Mage can scam those decks. They can definitely beat them. They're not huge underdogs. They're underdog. It's an underdog to those matchups, but it's not unwinnable. But whereas Darkglare basically felt unwinnable. So yeah, Quest Mage, it's going to be scamming the aggro decks, and it's going to be crushing every slower strategy out there. And it's a very reliable pick, and I'm sure a lot of you still have your Quest Mage cards. So if you want to hop back on and play some Quest Mage and throw some Wand Thieves in there, which I believe is only a common, get at it. Go beat up some people. You might just get some angry friend requests afterwards. At number 2, we have a deck that was nerfed, but is still one of the best decks in Wild, and that's Kingsbane Rogue. Yes, Secret Passage is down from 5 cards to 4 cards, but this deck is a powerhouse. It can cycle through still insanely well. You have this, you have Cutting Class, you have Myra's Unstable Element, you still have Raiding Party, and yeah, you just shuffle, you cycle through your deck, you buff your weapon up, you have explosive starts with Ships, Cannon, and your 1-drop Pirates doing insane amount of damage early, and of course, you know, you can sap Giant Taunts. You can tech in Beneath the Grounds to punish Reno Priest, which is obviously a very powerful deck, which we might be talking about in a sec. And yeah, can beat up on Quest Mage, which is a good thing, you know, beat them up. And Malygos Druid sometimes is not fast enough to combo this one down. And it's just a very powerful deck. It's a really fast, aggressive deck that can just pop off ridiculously early with a giant weapon, a giant board, and it's just a really good choice if you're looking for that quick climb in any part of ladder, whether it be bronze 10 to top 10 legend. It's just a really, really good deck. And last, but certainly not least, at number 1 here, we have Reno Priest. This deck wasn't nerfed. It was already disputably one of the best deck in Wild, although Darkglare for me was, but this is still an incredibly powerful card. Lorekeeper Polkelt has put it completely over the top, giving you that consistency of drawing Anduin, drawing Raza, drawing Reno, drawing Scream in order once you get that down. You have a Lucia to kind of screw with the combo decks. You can put Dirty Rat in there to help you as well. You just have to contest with people running like bomb cards or Beneath the Grounds, or let's say you're facing Quest Mages or someone running Grizzled Wizard and Finley. There certainly are counters, but this deck does so well across the board. Can deal with aggro, combo decks, can deal with everything in its own way, and is just an incredibly powerful deck. And you certainly cannot go wrong with pew-pewing with Shadow Reaper Anduin and Raza the Unchained. So let me know in the comments below. Are there any decks that you're kicking some serious butt in Wild for you? Am I missing out on some good stuff? Hopefully you guys enjoyed these videos highlighting these decks. The meta hasn't changed a ton in Standard and Wild, but enough that, you know, I thought it'd be cool to highlight these decks, give you guys some stuff to play. And yeah, if you like the videos, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friends.